Hey, I'm Merlot Mike from the Vineyard and Brewery at Hershey, and I am here to help Harrisburg Magazine with some spring picnic time wine pairing suggestions. So in order to do that, I asked the lovely Mrs. Merlot to think about some fun picnic foods that we would want to take out ourselves for a nice picnic in the springtime here. And then she made all of those, and I thought of some wines that would be great to pair with that. So starting off here, when you're having a picnic, and you want to work your way up from lighter into heavier foods, finish off with a dessert. That's exactly what we've done here. We're starting off with a prosciutto and mozzarella, as they call it, and cantaloupe skewer. Now, it's got a really nice balsamic drizzle on it. And with something like this is kind of complicated, right? You have meat, you have dairy, you have fruit, you have saltiness, you have sweetness, you have all kinds of stuff going on. So for that, I have chosen a Moet Champagne. It is dry, but it's not overly aggressive, and the effervescence of the champagne will be able to compete nicely with all these flavors going on. So moving on, the next dish that we have here, these are actually little mini cherry tomatoes that have been scooped out, and they have been filled up with an avocado pesto sauce and topped with some fresh basil. These things are awesome. They're just little poppers and they're delicious. You can taste everything that's citrusy, a little bit of sweetness. Again, there's a little bit of complication going on here. And to pair with that, I've actually selected the Vineyard at Hershey's Unoaked Chardonnay. Now, because there's no oak used in the making of this wine, it is just very crisp and citrusy. It's just gonna go so nicely with the flavors of these tomatoes. Now moving over to the piece de la resistance of the picnic. These are actually pockets filled with ham and egg and cheese and spinach. They are delicious. And for that, I have chosen a wine called Flora's Legacy. This is a barrel fermented Chardonnay from Flora Springs in Napa Valley, California. It is a fantastic wine, and it will hold up nicely to the heaviness of these pockets with everything going on in there. And then last but certainly not least, these are actually little heart-shaped blackberry tarts made with a homemade pastry crust. There's a little bit of a drizzle on there, a blackberry jam that they can be dipped in, and blackberries that can be enjoyed with that. To go with that, I've selected actually a dry rosé. Now I've done that because if you have something too sweet, these two things aren't going to get along. They're going to try to compete too much. So this rosé, it's nice and fruity, but it's not overly dry. It will enhance these flavors nicely, and that's the point of a pairing, is to enhance, not to compete. So I hope that gives you some great ideas for your springtime picnic. Lots going on in Hershey, Harrisburg wine country area. So check out your calendars and websites and look for fun things to do. And you can grab your loved ones and your family and enjoy a nice springtime picnic. I'm Merlot Mike from the Vineyard and Brewery at Hershey, and keep reading Harrisburg Magazine.